Good evening, everyone. This is Rodney with the Triton Wave Market Outlook for Monday, November 26, 2012. All right, let's take a look and see what the S&Ps did on Wednesday, which was a full day, even though it was light trading, and Friday, which was a half day. I want you to notice one thing here. This line that goes across, that started right here, let's make that a little bit thicker so you can see it better. Okay, this white line going across, say at 2000, at 1403, about 1403. All right, we're back at this line. On September 6th, I call this the Bendragi bump. It was a combination of Ben Bernanke and Mario Draghi that moved this bump of basically making the market very, very liquid and pumping billions and billions of dollars every month into the economy. This was on its way down, and you can see from the waves that they're all starting to turn down. Well, this bump lasted, it had one peak here, a double head peak here, a triple head peak here, came down to this neckline, and then created a right shoulder. This left shoulder over here, the bump, the three-headed bump, a right shoulder, and then crashed after the elections down to almost to 377, to 1341. So this little rally that we had going into Thanksgiving should have really ended right around 1390. This extra bump that we got let's look at this. This is what this graph looks like with all my lines on it. And I think we're going to continue back down again. So there really wasn't much to trade on Friday. This was the beginning of the day, and it was basically up all day long. Let's look and see what let's move this over here to what the beginning of the day was. Right around here, the C wave was above zero. The B wave was above zero, starting at 10 minutes to 8 in the morning. The A wave, actually the A wave is the best wave to follow here. It went up, came back down here, could have gotten back in here. Really, not much to trade. Better that you just took a vacation. But right now, the 8 and the 21 are crossing on the 1597. And they're crossing below the 50 period moving average, exponential moving average. If we look at the 21 gave you a heads up that it was moving up on a short squeeze on the 16th, and on wave T1 and T2, and I actually thought the 377 was going to hold, but it seems to have bumped up a little bit here. We just have to wait and see what happens. I don't think this has much left to it. All right, let's take a look at some stocks. All right, Goldman Sachs, I did for a long time like this on the downside. T1 is still below zero, but it looks like the wave is fading a little bit. I'm still going to hold out a couple more days and see what happens. Although on the 21-minute cash price, it is moving. On T1 it moved above zero, below zero for a while, and then back above zero. It is flirting with the 377. It should come back down here and test again. We'll see what this looks like. If T1 curves around zero again, then that is re-shortable if you're not already short, because T1 on the daily is below. And let me see what happened here. Even though Okay, T2, the short wave on T2 actually went down even though the stock went up 2 2 points. Let's take a look at Apple. Whoops, APL. Apple had a nice bump, and it bumped right into resistance at the 21 exponential moving average on the daily. In the meantime, T1, 2, 3, and 4 are below zero, T5 is below zero, and 54.65, and the short wave on T5 moved deeper below zero, even though the stock was up 9 points, or almost 10 points. So we'll see what happens here. For the immediate term, there may be a little bit more because T5 on the 21-minute just moved above zero for the first time since 9:25, when the stock was selling for 680. So in the past, you can see since September 25th, the 377 has been the line in the sand each time, and every time it hit it, it went down. But the nice thing is that T5 was below zero the whole time, and T1 on the daily was below zero the whole time. So not only is T1, not only are these below zero on the daily on the left-hand chart here, but we are right at 233 exponential moving average, and that I basically use. That's my 200-day moving average, even though it's 233. I don't use the industry standard. I use Fibonacci numbers. So it's the 21 and the 233. So there's a lot of these line in the sands that are happening simultaneously, and I'm not sure that we can get through them. It would have to be a very, very powerful move. Looking at Amazon. Amazon, I didn't want to go near for a while because T3 was above zero, T2 was above zero, but now I see that T1 is starting to move, is declining as the cash price moved up. It's getting a little bit above the 377 for about 3 days, and still the T1, T2, T3, and T4 and half of T5 is below zero. So I'm looking at Amazon to weaken a little bit. It was actually up higher. Well, this says it finished near the high of the day, but this, I'm not really sure. Hang on one second. Amazon did not take off like all the rest of the stocks. So I'm thinking that it needs to come down here, and by that time, it needs to come back to the 377 at about 233. From 239 to 233, and if that happens, then that will take T1 and T2 below zero and resume the downward trend on the left-hand chart down to back down to 222. Let's look at Google. Come on, oops. It would be help if I spelled it right. Let's get some more data in here. Okay, Google, on the other hand, the T5, it was only up 2 points, which was 2 points, and it was 2 points off the high. So it had a very, very narrow range, which is unusual for Google. And T2 is about to go below, T1 is already below on the 21-minute, and all the waves on the daily chart, you can see T1, 2, 3 is below zero, T4 is starting below zero the last couple of days, and the 377 is holding, seems to be holding on this one. So I like, if we get another 5 points out of Google to the upside, I would short that that would bring it up to the 2. On the daily, that would bring it up to the 21 exponential moving average, as the 21 and the 8 are descending and moving past the 50 and now past the 89 period moving average. All right, let's look at Baidu. Haven't looked at that for a long time. Baidu actually did hit my target of almost to the target. Target was 89. It hit 90, 90, 80, 90, 79 on Wednesday, and then bumped up. So it's time for Baidu to have a little bit of a relief. It started off on the 21-minute cash price that it was going above 0, and then it started. It went down a little bit and then up. So Baidu I have as an immediate target of this 377 line at 100, which is about 4 more points from here. So that is definitely playable if there's any kind of that's playable to 100, except hold it close to your chest, because it could swing up to 100 on the 21-minute, or I mean 21 period exponential moving average, or it could swing up to the 55 and still be in a downtrend, which is the resistance of these bottom candles from September and into October. So just be careful there. It may swing up, but I wouldn't play this past 106 on the upside, which would put it way over, which would put it above here before its decline. So be careful of that, but if you want to play it on the upside, have caution. It's a counter trend trade, but if it ever gets up to 109, it's definitely re-shortable. Okay, one of the reasons why I think this market is ready to move back down is the VIX, the volatility index on the CBOE options, on all the options. So when the Dow moved, actually let's get the let's take this out here. We'll put the ES in here on the 21. And you can see, okay, what's on the right-hand chart, the cursor, as T1 moves above 0. On the left-hand chart, T1, the ES moves below 0. As this moves below 0 on the VIX on the right-hand chart, you can see on the left-hand chart, the ES moves above 0 and just keeps on going. So we have now a little bit of confusion of what's happening on T1 on the ES, because there's kind of like a blip to the downside and then to the upside. But if you look at the VIX barely moved. It was down 17 cents or 0.17 points on Friday with a huge move to the upside, which means that the VIX is ready to pop. It's already hit lows back in October, and T1 is above 0, T2 went above 0 on Friday, and this could easily pop up back up to 1660 on the VIX, which is probably I'm thinking 200 or 300 point move, just off the cuff analysis. All right, that's all I have for tonight. Welcome back from Thanksgiving vacation. This should be a very, very interesting week. And good luck trading, and I will see you at the next update. If you are for those of you who are new to these videos, if you want to email me at tritonwaveguy@gmail.com. These waves are available. The ABC waves are available at Trade the Markets. You can call them. You can go on this website, and they are available for TradeStation, eSignal, Sierra Charts, and NinjaTrader. And you can download these into your computer. The data it will fill up with data from your provider, and you can trade these during the daytime, and I will update you with the Triton waves and the ABC waves in the evening. Good luck trading, and have a good evening.